Today I'm going to be showing you how to make one of my favorite recipes, which is a 15-minute Asian stir fry. Now this is one of my go-to recipes on nights when I have no clue what I'm going to make for dinner. It's literally one of those dishes you almost always have the ingredients for sitting right in your refrigerator, your freezer, or your pantry. It starts with prepping 6 to 7 cups of chopped vegetables. Now I always use broccoli in this mix. It does a really nice job of soaking up the juices of the stir fry. I'm also using carrots today. I just grab a bag of the baby carrots, usually the organic ones, and then I chop them into bite-sized pieces. The third vegetable I'm gonna do is red bell pepper. I know there's many different ways you can chop a bell pepper. This is how I do it. I just go along the edges, just like this. And if you're in a pinch, you can definitely use frozen vegetables as well. All right, so you wanna make sure you avoid the seeds as much as you can. All right, that looks good. Now you just need to preheat a frying pan on about medium-high heat for about 30 seconds before you add the vegetables. Take a spray bottle with your favorite oil. I do a little bit of olive oil, or you can avoid oil altogether and just use some water. Now you'll want to do your best to make it in a nice, even layer. And of course, the bigger the pan, the better. Now it's called a stir fry, but we're actually not gonna stir it at all. We're just gonna leave it alone for about 4 minutes. We wanna let that first side cook and get a nice little bit of color going. In the meantime, let's make our spice blend. So simple, it's just 3 ingredients. 1 teaspoon of ginger. We're doing a teaspoon of garlic powder as well. Lastly, we have 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder. Okay, stir that. And what we can do is sprinkle this over the top of the vegetables right now while it's cooking. And one little trick I should mention, if you feel like it might be burning, of course you can turn down the heat, but you can also add a few drops of water that will help loosen things up and prevent extra burning. Let's see how it's looking. You can see that the broccoli is starting to turn a nice bright color. Okay, flip this over. See that little bit of brown there? That's exactly what you want. And you could even let it go a little bit longer than this. Get it back into a nice single layer. Okay, so we're gonna let this sit for another 4 minutes on this side. Let's make our sauce. Now I have to say, this recipe was inspired by my grandma Norma. She made stir fries all the time, and all she would add are our next 2 ingredients. Okay, so we're starting with 2.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water just so that we get a little extra sauce out of this mix. 1/4 cup of orange marmalade. So what we want to do is just very carefully stir it all together so that the orange pieces are pretty evenly distributed throughout the soy sauce and water. Now we're going to get our beans ready. Now I know this might sound kind of weird using beans in stir fry, but it's actually excellent. It's a fantastic meat substitute, loaded with protein and fiber and flavor, and it's really inexpensive compared to meat. I love using beans in recipes, especially stir fries. Now we just need about 2 cups or a 15-ounce can of beans. I always like to use black beans because I think it looks really nice with the colorful vegetables, but you can use any type of bean you like. This is actually 1 can of beans that I've already drained and rinsed. But here's a little tip. Once that's done, I put it back into a container like this, fill it up with water so it's completely covered, and let them soak for as much time as possible before I need them. It makes it much easier on the stomach. For those who are sensitive to beans, you know what I'm saying? Giving any extra time that you can and soaking just like this can really, really help, even if it's just 20 minutes. Take those beans, drain them off, get all the extra moisture out. You can even run them through the water again, get that extra starch off. Okay, let's check on our vegetables. All right, oh yeah, that's some good color. All right, since it's starting to get a little dark, I'm gonna quickly add the sauce. All right, I think we got that just in time. Okay, give this a nice stir. Don't let that dark color scare you. That actually means flavor. Stir that in. I'm actually gonna turn it down to a simmer at this point. Just let that sauce soak into the vegetables. And then lastly, I'm gonna add those beans. We just need to warm them through, so they don't need to be in there very long at all. So we'll just stir those in. It's looking really, really pretty. All right, turn off our heat. Now you can put this stir fry over brown rice or quinoa or cauliflower rice. Get creative, do whatever you like. I'm gonna do brown rice today. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a bowl because this smells really, really delicious. I can't wait to try this. Now I should mention, if you like a little heat in your dishes, feel free to add a little bit of chili flakes or even some hot sauce or whatever your favorite form of heat is. Jeff does it every time because he loves spicy food, so that's definitely an option here. I hope you try this. You will certainly thank yourself. If you do, please let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to know. To learn more about healthy eating and food and to hear more tips, please catch my other videos right here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by clicking right here. And if you'd like to get notifications anytime I post a new video, be sure to click that bell.